I'm here.
Oh no. No, that's so embarrassing.
No.
Yeah, that's why Kendall thought I got kicked off the team after that.
Oh my gosh. It's Megan.
Check, 1, 2. Good morning, honestly.
I know, I honestly respect that.
Look at them go.
No, you'll actually
I can see the people all the time. I go there today. No, she's getting her. She was in practice early. So she didn't come to school.
yeah, she told me she was not going to practice. I was like, oh, wow. How was your school? It was really cold. You don't do like any of that? Yeah, we did like a similar.
Please rise for the posting of our colors and the singing of the national anthem.
What's that?
That's what makes me happy to ask.
So you said no to borrow one or something like that.
That's how you can work with that.
That was really good. But we were checking out the flight.
Good morning, Gulfport High School. Good morning, Fort Feather. I'd like to start by thanking the band for an amazing job they're doing this morning, the cheerleaders, culinary, and when I say I'm full, choir, the ambassadors. Thank you to Gulfport High School administration, Gulfport School District for putting on this event today. Thanks to Mr. Huffman, Dave Bowen, I'm a teacher at Gulfport High School. Prior to being a teacher, I spent 23 years in the Air Force. And I was thinking this morning on the way in, on this day, 34 years ago, I know it's hard thinking that really was 34 years ago. Right? I joined the Air Force, and that set me on my path to where I am today. 4 continents, 27 different countries, 7 deployments, 10 different duty stations, and here I am today. I love my time in the military. It gave me purpose, it gave me direction, it gave me something to be proud of. And one of the hardest things about transitioning from the military to civilian life is after serving so long and having that sense of pride and purpose. A lot of people miss that. And that's probably one of the hardest things to fulfill. And I wear this red shirt today to represent the struggle that a lot of veterans go through. Average of 22 veterans take their lives today. And I think the biggest part of that, the biggest reason why is because they don't have a purpose. But I just want to take the time to tell my fellow veterans that you matter. You don't stop mattering when you take a uniform off. You'll always matter. A lot of people love you, care about you, will always be here for you, and will always hold you in high regard. That sense of purpose is really hard to achieve. I was blessed to fulfill that sense of purpose by becoming a teacher at Gulf High School. Every day I'm allowed to come in here and pour myself into these young men and women, and it's one of the proudest accomplishments of my life to be able to pass on what the military taught me about honor, integrity, courage, determination, sacrifice, successes, and share that with these young men and women. It's truly a blessing, and I appreciate it every single day. To the students here at Gulfport High School, just like most of y'all right now, when I was in school, I wasn't a good student. I didn't like school. School was physically painful for me. I didn't have a purpose. I was just going to school to check a box. And I think a lot of students feel the same way. You're just a number on a piece of paper. You feel like, whether you achieve or fail, nobody really cares. But I want y'all to know that you matter. That each and every one of you matter. You're more than a box to be checked. That these administrators and teachers stand in this room, pour themselves into you every day because you matter. And I encourage each and every one of you to find a purpose. Maybe your purpose isn't just to graduate. It's to go on and do bigger and better things. And this is just a step along the way to find a purpose. Go to school with a purpose, succeed with a purpose, and take that purpose and go out into the world and accomplish great things. I can assure you, there isn't a teacher or administrator in this room that does it for the money. They do it because they love y'all and they want y'all to be successful. Veterans, thank y'all so much for your service. Thank y'all for being here today. I look forward to this event every year. I think it's, for me, it's one of the highlights of the school year, besides graduation. That's a bittersweet night. For me, especially bittersweet this year. My last day was graduating. And, I have been in this graduating class for 12 years. Some of y'all have known since you were this tall. And it's going to be rough. I think the last pep rally when y'all came out here on the field and formed your big circle, get a little weak. And that's what happens when you get off the emotional skills. But thank y'all for being here today. Again, veterans, you matter. If you ever need someone to talk to, you can call the front desk at Gulfport High School. Miss Kelly has my phone number, wherever Miss Kelly is, and she will put you in touch with me or one of the other veterans here at Gulfport High School. We'll be there for you. I can promise you that. You're not alone. So thank you all for being here today. Again, thank all the students and staff here at Gulfport High School for this event on. It really means a lot.
USA! Who are you yelling for? USA! at? Woo, woo. Where are my veterans at? Yeah. Where are my veterans at? Woo, woo. Where are my veterans at? Yeah. Where are my veterans at? Woo, woo. Where are my veterans at? Yeah. Where are my veterans at? Woo, woo.
All right, veterans, the band is going to play military fight song. I ask you, when your fight song is played, if you could please stand so that the crowd can recognize your branch of service. The U.S. Army. today, I'm sorry. This is what happens when you let the microphone and kind of makes mistakes. I think we really just marked Space Force. I think Star Wars team. I was looking around while laughing to see Space Force folks. They're young. Okay? But thank you all today. I'm going to pass the microphone over to Ms. Peters here. She's going to introduce you all as keynote speaker.
Good morning, everyone. Today on Veterans Day, I am super proud to introduce our special guest, Lieutenant Commander Johnny Mooneyham. Commander Mooneyham grew up right here on the Mississippi Gulf Coast in Long Beach. In 1993, he enlisted in the Navy as a nuclear weapons technician. Yes, the ones that carry missiles under the ocean. He spent more than 10 years on 2 of those huge subs. He attended college at Jacksonville University and got a degree in political science. He became an officer through the Navy ROTC program, but he did not stop learning. He earned 3 master's degrees in military strategy, world relations, and even teaching. At sea, he was the fire control leading officer on the submarine USS Maine. He was the officer and navigator on the USS Champion. He was deployed twice to Afghanistan and many countries in Africa. On land, Commander Mooneyham was the advisor to the commander of U.S. forces in Afghanistan and also to the U.S. African Command for all sensitive activities and special programs under the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. He taught future officers at Navy schools in Rhode Island, Virginia, and even Germany. He was awarded many medals, including the Meritorious Service Medal, the Navy Achievement Medal, the Iraqi Campaign Medal, the NATO Medal, and many more. Commander Mooneyham retired honorably in 2018 after 25 and a half faithful years of service. He is married to Mrs. Julie Mooneyham and now teaches and resides in Gulfport, Mississippi. Please give a huge round of applause for Lieutenant Commander Jonathan Mooneyham.
All right, for my students out there, you know how to do. Good morning, Gulfport. One more time, good morning, Gulfport High School. All right, I normally don't need a microphone, as many of my students will attest to, but I want to make sure I can reach part of this post. So good morning, veterans, guests, faculty, staff, and students of Gulfport High School. Today, our nation pauses to honor the service and sacrifice of all those who are willing to give formal military, the United States Armed Forces. We're joined today by many veterans from many conflicts and eras, and we owe them our deepest gratitude. But we also owe that gratitude to the family members who are here as well, who have borne the weight of our absences, demonstrating uncommon strength in keeping the family going, running the household, and enabling the hard jobs to be done. From the Revolutionary War to modern conflicts, our veterans have stood to watch over our freedom. They have borne the cost of our nation's wars and defended our way of life. The courage and commitment are the bedrock of our security and our liberty. We honor those who have made the ultimate sacrifice, but we also honor those who continue to serve today, both at home and abroad. Their bravery and professionalism serves as an inspiration to all of us. Their service secured the freedoms we enjoy every day, from our right to vote, the ability to attend this school, play sports, cheer, be part of the band, connect online. The great Thomas Jefferson once said, "The price of freedom is eternal vigilance." Therefore, the best way to honor them is not just with words, but by living in a way that upholds the values they fought for by participating in our democracy and our community. So ask yourself this, student body. What does it mean to participate in my community and to be part of democracy? Well, let me put that in more context you can relate to. Here at Gulfport High School, as a teacher, I'm aware of this, we embrace the philosophy of the 3 E's. Enroll, enlist, and employ. To enroll, make the decision to strive to become a better version of yourself. Whether it's an internship, whether it's college, whether it's a trade or a craft, whether you're participating in some aspect of the community. Hustle. Become a better version of yourself. Enlist. Make the decision to join our National Guard, our active duty, and our reserves. Commitment. And finally, employ means contributing in the community in a meaningful way, making a difference. And no matter how significant you think your contribution may be, it all adds up to something greater. Those three words, enroll, enlist, and employ, words that call us to action here at Gulf High School and for our nation, requiring engagement not only on the part of the students, but of those trusted with your education and your upbringing, for ensuring the continuity of each successive generation that make this community and nation great. And it's precisely these folks who can help answer the question, as Mr. Hoffman said. How do I go about doing this? How do I participate? How do I become better? We can help you answer that. And with that question in mind, I want to briefly shift our focus and highlight the unsung heroes in this school and the community who provided those examples and opportunities. Much like the veterans we honor today on Veterans Day, there are teams of quiet professionals in our schools and communities who sacrifice amounts to producing the quality of young women and men that we need in our military and our nation in general. Please take a moment, if you would, with me to thank our leaders, teachers, counselors, coaches, staff, first responders, business owners, employees, and our local families. You can see me right at the point of what it means to contribute. We are all citizens of the same nation first, united in purpose, hopes, and expectations. You know, it's never a good speech without a famous dead guy quote. As a history teacher here, I love dead guy quotes. And the second thing is giving you something that you can take away that you can relate to, that maybe you can cling to as a guide. So we accomplished that with Thomas Jefferson's quote. And I hope you remember that. But what I want to offer you comes from the sister service, the U.S. Army. Now, as a Navy guy through and through, it tears me apart sometimes to acknowledge the sister service's competitiveness in terms of what they give to leadership, but the Army gave us the following. And you can relate these to the 3 E's. And it's a simple acronym, LDRSHIP. If you saw it on a personalized tag in a car, you'd get it. Leadership. It's missing a couple of vowels. But what does that mean? Well, the Army can provide the answers. And we adhere to these as a nation, not just as the uniformed services. L, loyalty. Devotion to our Constitution and fellow service members and community members. D, fulfilling tasks, responsibility for duty and teamwork. Respect, treating others with dignity. At the end of every greeting, every morning, in the morning announcements in the first block, we hear respect. We treat each other with respect. And you expect that from your service member, your teammate, your coaches, your teachers, your fellow citizens. Selfless service, placing others first. There is no other greater endeavor than to serve others. Honor, living up to the values in every choice. Every choice you make from high school to your young adult life, all the way through maturity and retirement, which is where I'm at. I'm happy to be here. I love being a teacher. But you live every day with a sense of purpose and honor. Integrity, stand up for what is right. Make a stand. Personal courage, face adversity, and do what is honorable. We are all going to be faced, not just in the military, but in our citizen life as well, our civilian life, with circumstances that present us those choices. Be strong. Trust in who you are. Take what you've learned here. Military members and veterans strive to exhibit these every day, and the stakes are high when defending a nation. And I say that not to the exclusion of the trust the nation has bestowed on our education, safety, and well-being, those that I mentioned previously. These two are the burdens carried by the members of this community and the staff of the school. These similarities are what draw prior military members to continue to serve, as Mr. Hoffman said. We're here because we love you, because we want to give you what we got. Joining us today, as a matter of fact, are my father, who served honorably for 20 plus years in the Navy, retired. My wife, Julie, who volunteered with the Army National Guard, paving the way to become a nurse. And my brother, Jeremy, who dedicated over 2 decades of his life to the police force on this coast and serving the court system. After I retired in 2018, I knew I wanted to pay forward the opportunities, knowledge, skills, everything I had to a school, to this next generation. Becoming a teacher at Gulfport High School this year has filled me with the same sense of pride and purpose that I was reminded daily of as a service member on active duty for 25 years. That's the power the school has in this community. I'm reminded that every day by the hardworking professionals I'm surrounded with. That same professional arms that I felt when I was in the military, I feel here at Gulfport High School. So today, as we thank our military veterans, let us also renew our commitment to the values that they fought to defend by volunteering in our communities, voting in the elections, and living the meaning of service and patriotism. Thank you all. God bless our veterans. God bless the United States of America.
Before we begin our next ceremony this morning, we will pause to recognize our nation's service members who remain prisoners of war or missing in action, because fate their loved ones may never know. We call your attention to this small thing, which occupies a place of dignity and honor within our day today. It is set for one, symbolizing the fact that there are service members missed by the below country. They are referred to as our POWs and MIAs. We call them our heroes. They are unable to be with their loved ones and families today, so we join together to pay our humble tribute to them and bear witness to their continued absence and sacrifice. This table, set for one, is small, symbolizing the frailty of the one prisoner alone against our nation's foes. The tablecloth is white, symbolic of the purity of their intentions to respond to their country's call to arms. The single red rose in the vase signifies the blood that many have shed in sacrifice to ensure the freedom of our beloved United States of America. This rose also reminds us of the family and friends of our missing heroes who keep the faith while awaiting their return. The yellow ribbon on the vase represents the yellow ribbons worn on the labels of the adoptants who demand with unyielding determination a proper accounting of our heroes who are not among us today. A slice of lemon on the plate reminds us of their bitter faith. The salt sprinkled on the plate reminds us of the countless volunteers of their families as they live. The glasses and prayers, they cannot touch with us today. The chair is empty. They are not here. The candle is reminiscent of the light of hope which lives in our hearts to illuminate their way home, away from their captors, to the open arms of a grateful nation. Let us pray that all of our heroes will soon be back who sent our ranks. Let us remember and never forget their sacrifices. May God forever watch over them and protect them, their families, and our grateful nation.
Up.
On November 10, 1775, a Corps of Marines was created by a resolution of the Continental Congress. Since that day, many thousands of Americans have borne the name Marine. Be it peacetime or war, in memory of those who have come before, it is traditional that Marines all over the globe come together to commemorate the birthday of our beloved Corps. The conduct of this ceremony is generally 1 hour long. Today, the cadets of Marine Corps JRC will perform a small but meaningful fraction of this ceremony for those of you in attendance this morning. Leading today's Marine Corps cake cutting ceremony is Cadet Commanding Officer, Cadet Major Gary Tate Jr., alongside our oldest cadet, Cadet Staff Sergeant Darius Wooten Jr. The oldest cadet present is Cadet Staff Sergeant Darius Wooten Jr. He was born on September 21st, 2007 in Gulfport, Mississippi. He entered the Marine Corps JRC program on July 21st, 2021. He is currently assigned to Gulfport High School Marine Corps JRC. The passing of the cake from the oldest to the youngest cadet symbolizes the passing of history and traditions to the next generation. The youngest cadet present is Private First Class Cadet Logan Hudson. He was born on August 22nd, 2011 in Memphis, Tennessee. He entered the Marine Corps JRC program on July 17th, 2025. He is currently assigned to Gulfport High School Marine Corps JRC. Ladies and gentlemen, veterans, faculty, and supporters, we thank you for your service, your support, and the opportunity to showcase some of what your Gulfport High School Marine Corps JRC is all about. May God forever watch over you, your families, and our beloved country.
Thank you for your service. Thank you for coming today to be a part of Gulfport High School's seminar. This is a special ceremony. Our juniors and seniors of Gulfport High School are here. They are deciding every day what their career path will be, and we are so honored to have you veterans here. Thank you for your service from the bottom of our hearts. We appreciate you, and students, teachers, faculty, amazing job today. We're very proud and make us very proud to be an admiral. We will have cake cutting in the JRTC for the cadets and for the veterans. If any veterans would like to get a tour of Gulfport High School, the Blue Jacket ambassadors are here. We will remain here on the floor and then into a tour group. If you need assistance getting back to across campus, the ambassadors will take you as well if you do not wish for a tour. Thank you, students. Job well done. You will return back to your second period. And I believe they and everyone else will go back to their stations. Thank you.